Ladies and gentlemen, it is finally time. Hold on. It is finally time to go over Estelle. I don't know. Whatever. You guys will know more than I do. But if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. You guys already know. You already see me do the other two. It's going to be done in the same fashion. We're going to see how accurate this is. And the reason why I want to do this today is because I want to do it today, and that's about all you need to know. But I wanted to also mention that the news usually some type of news is going to drop either today or tomorrow, and we're going to get probably our first look into the black and white fake core group. So I'm looking, and I'm going to be excited for that. So check out the channel. Of course, we're going to cover it when it first drops out, and that's going to be a really intense video because that, I know this is a long intro, but that is what is going to really decide not only for Exos on my channel, but it's going to decide Exos on everyone's channel. This is what is going to really make or break the game, because the collab, as we've known it, has not been successful. So this is a really big moment for the game, in my personal opinion. Does the black and white fake core extend the longevity of the game? It's already in shaky shambles or whatever, but does it extend it? But I also want to point out that Estelle here definitely is a little bit spicy. So let's go into that. So without further ado, skid and Ricky Dinky do. Let's get into it. All right, guys, so we are here and we got the loveliness that is her. Let's look at this HP. And I do like to always click around and see if there's anyone else with similar HP, because that is the main important stat for a support, especially because we'll look that she has HP scaling stuff as per usual. So 5479. Does any other support in this level have that? She beat CC. Oh, she beat Shell. Emma? Ooh, Dahlia? Damn, Anna. Oh. So it's weird that the only copy pasta character is Yuri. Everyone else seems to be, at least has different stats, I should say. I'm pretty sure that there's other things that are very similar, like if I wanted to compare the attack and the defense, but no one cares about that when it comes to a support. You're only caring about the HP, because as you guys know, not only does she have a thing, but even when you awaken them, or sorry, unleash their potential, there's some HP scaling stuff that usually goes on with that as well. So I do like that. That's awesome. Let's look more into the deets. As we can see, hit 94, which is a little bit shaky. I do like that the dodge is 101. Though dodging doesn't happen as often, it is nice that it's higher. I just like it to be higher, because if you look at the block, it's 60. So it's, you want one or the other to happen as much times as possible, dodging or blocking. You guys already know. The attack speed is relatively low, which is a concern, but she's gonna go last, which is technically not that bad on a healer. A healer going after the damage is dealt by the enemy team is usually a pretty good sign. Plus, if there's a decent amount of AoE, she'll have enough mana to do her skills, because she'll be hit by everything. And as we know, tanks and supports get mana based on, not based on, but when they get hit. So you guys already know the drill on that. Let's go look at baby girl. I'm pretty sure, what is she, 21, just like everyone else? 21. No, she's 18. Okay, a little bit younger than the other ones. So it's all good in the hood. We see baby girl. I know my situation. All right, so we're gonna of course go through the skills. We're gonna look at them and see them in the thing, and then of course we're gonna go with Sir Mecha. Man, hopefully, I don't know, I feel weird as hopefully you guys gave him a subscribe or a like on his videos, because they're the ones that I use for each one of these. See how the skill looks in this game versus how it looks in the actual real Tales of Vesperia game. So let's look at the basic attack, which is whatever. 3 hits, bop, bop, bop. I like that. Let's quickly go over the passive. Now, it's still the first A3 passive, the heal passive. Is there another passive that supports? Oh yeah, you know what? The mana absorb. That's the other one. So heals based off her attack, which is not going to be high. We already know about that. Gains mana if her own health is low or really high. If it's in the middle, doesn't matter. But what I do like is that she does have Angel's Tear here, which she gets full HP upon dying, only happens once per battle. Now, which is really good about that. I mean, it's pretty blatant. One, it's not a heal, so when she dies, she'll get it back. There's a lot of random heal block that's in the meta, many different shape and forms, but at least if she dies, she comes back. Not only does she come back, she's come back in with full HP. I do think that when most characters revive, they do have their mana that they have when they died. I'm pretty sure about that, but I just want to be 100% certain. Healing art. Pretty sure that's probably one of her things that we'll see later. Probably not. It's just probably a generalization. But once every 2 rounds, She'll gain 5 mana for self upon using Sacred Penance. Now let's see, this is Extreme Stars. So of course we're gonna see it here, then we're gonna go and look at it in the game. So this is Extreme Stars. Oh no, wait, I like to do it the other way around. Sorry, I'm an idiot. Extreme Stars, let's look at it in the game. All right, so here we go. Over limit. She missed the kill combo. She does like a spin and then goes into the poke. So pretty much it's like a poke thing. Stabs with the sword. We're finished. The roll into the stars, which is a bunch of pokes pretty much. So let's see if she actually does a little spin thing first and then into a bunch of pokes. I'm assuming the bunch of pokes at the very least will be there. So let's see that. Extreme Stars. Boom. No, she goes straight into the pokes. Oh no, we get... You know what? That is a little spicy because I think that they did that with all of them, like, but at least it gives her a little bit extra spunk in her step, right? That little thing. I'm gonna watch it one more time because they didn't give her the spin. Well, she kind of does a spin. No, she doesn't. I thought she did. Hey, baby. You see what I got here? Okay, cool. I do like that. That's cool. So next up is going to be the Sacred Penance. Sacred Penance is she's gonna heal it. This is the skill that I think everyone was fell in love with, including myself. It heals with a high HP, 34%, so close to 50. The AoE damage, actually the damage it does is irrelevant, but anyone that gets hit gets provoked. All right, here we go. Major spoilers. Price slash.
Divine judgment for an evil soul. Sacred penance.
Okay.
Rest in peace.
Oh, this is gonna look so bad in the game. Tri-slash. If she does the tri-slash first, maybe. Okay, no, that's just like a special version. Okay. Oh my god, can we get this version? What the? Oh, okay, yeah, no, we're not getting that. Don't look, don't look, don't look. That's not what we're getting. Don't look. Stop, stop. We're not getting that. Though that would have been a way better special. But it doesn't have the healing component to it, right? So here we go. If all she does is jump in the sky, which is kind of indicative if you look at the thing, she's just gonna jump in the sky and things are gonna happen. Whatever, we'll look at it. Yeah, I knew. Oh, oh, healers, man. Always getting the short end of this thing. The other one looked cool, right? If they would have added like this part of it, because in that game it just heals. It looks like that's all it does, right? So it would have been nice if they combined the two to at least make sense that there's healing, damage, and provoking going on. I don't know. They could have did a lot more for baby girl, but they just made her go into the sky and then do some fancy stuff. Similar to like CC's, you know, it's just a big animation, butterflies and stuff like that, and then everyone just gets healed. But as far as collab units, you know, you're always looking for crazy, insane animations, and that ain't it, chief. But you know, as far as it being accurate to what it was accurate, very easily accurate. Unfortunately, of course, as you guys know, you're gonna just go all reds. Why not? Because there's a HP scaling move, and yeah, and there's still to this day, and I'm sure that it looks like they're working on it by boosting up Lenombre and making Rachel, you know, Zeon, and making some characters, and also the Corgi change I do think is also important for the PvP meta, that they are trying their best to make fire somewhat of a threat. But there is still no real good AoE fire threat besides possibly Corgi, the Zeon, Awakened Zeon, if they have enough mana, possibly through Annie, to do their S1s or whatever, S2s. I don't know for each character where their AoE move lies. To punish a full red team, there's not really that much that punishes it. But on manual control, you know, you can target those units with a 6 elemental enhanced Rachel and then instantly break them and punish them that way. But I don't know, PvP is like important, but not important at the same time. Anyway, let us go into, and of course she has the things here. I also find it, I didn't mention this in any of the other ones, that it is very unfortunate that you can't change the colors of these characters. That would have been a nice little thing as well, to have it. So as you can see, yeah, if you fully flesh out this character, you can put some more max HP damage. I'm curious of what the Sacred Penance is because it has a heal plus a thing. But what did they decide to go with? They did decide to go with the status effect aspect of it, so they're focused on the healing, the support feature of it. And status effect immunity is still pretty important. I think I do like it, especially if you're using them in the Holy Dragon Grounds, which I really want to get a healer that does that. So I'm tired of getting stunned and silenced all the freaking day. And then of course you get the thing here, reduces the AoE damage by 30% for your allies, which is nice. Like it, love it. Let's do some testing. All right, so we'll do this here. This is gonna stun them or whatever. And I just noticed something that I did not see before, is that she's actually not wasted red. I just noticed that when I was doing that demonstration. She's actually Estelle's Republic. So that's strange. I was saying like it's kind of crazy that they're all wasted red, but they're actually not. She's not. She's actually Estelle's Republic. Interesting. But in order to do this in any way, shape, or form, I do need to level her up. All right, here we go. This should work. I'm in chapter 12 right now, so hopefully I'll be able to, you know, they should be able to somewhat survive the hits and stuff like that, so I can actually deal damage out there, and I don't have to worry about like them auto dying. Oh wait, oh god, dude, okay, so there's something wrong. Well, technically it'd be one more round, right? But am I reading this wrong? Like, once every 2 rounds, gain 5 mana for self upon using Sacred Pen. So I think I misread it. So it's when I use it, I'll get 5 mana back. Is that what it's saying? And this is a burst skill. So did it happen that I get 5 mana back here? Oh, okay. I can't read. I spent 30 minutes testing this. So you just get mana back when you use the skill, but it only happens once every 2 rounds. So what I technically should have been doing was just spamming mana to see that she gets 5 mana instantaneously back, so she can use it again if she wants to. Misread, but at least I found it in video, and you guys won't see half that nonsense anyway, so. No, that's my fault. I misread it. I thought that it would say that like you'll randomly get 5 mana. So this is whatever. So what I should be doing here is spamming mana like crazy. So here we go. So this is a burst skill, which I also didn't mention before, that it is a burst skill. So it's going to heal more based on that. It's also going to deal more damage. So I should do this, and then this is the beginning of the fight, once every 2 rounds, that I should get 5 mana back after doing this. Weird, it gave me like 4, but we'll let it rock. At least it worked at some way how it's intended. And then if I were to do it again, it should technically just, I should lose all my mana. There we go. So now I have no mana. Another thing that I noticed about this, so it's like I feel like this whole character is like misconception, is that since the S2 starts off as a heal, it's like a heal property, it actually doesn't trigger signature force. I don't know if you guys noticed that. I definitely noticed that as well. So her 5 skill, and we can see it here, watch, at least from what I was looking at, it looked like it didn't trigger. All right, so check this out. I don't think that she's actually going to deal signature force damage to them. So you got hit, just did 930, right? We know I have signature force activated for her, but it doesn't do it. That is so weird. What a weird decision. Very, very, very weird decision there. But also you can see I kept the mana because it's been 2 rounds. So we figured out a lot. I think that is a lot. So and just to be transparent, well, you guys seen it. I'm not gonna show it again. I already have evidence of that. Her S1 definitely triggers signature force. We've seen that already. And it is Estos Republic, but her S2 does not, because it is classified, or at least since it starts off at the first text, something I feel like we haven't discovered yet, because there's not that many instances in which it would actually pop up. Hey, traveler. Thanks, buddy. We haven't actually triggered that or seen that often, that since its first text is healing, it doesn't go off as a signature force hit, even though it has other things outside of that. So it makes me just quickly want to while I'm here, I'm already spent almost 40 minutes trying to record this. So, you know, you guys are only going to see a way less version of that. So Talia, I know she triggers signature forces. Look, first thing is deals damage. Interesting note, I did not know that. Did you guys know that? Let me know, comment section below, if you know that actually makes a difference. And that's why also when I go into here, I'm pretty sure that both of these are about dealing damage. Yep, scaling off her max HP, because they're damage oriented skills first, instead of it for how she was, is that it's a healing skill first, then it does that. I wonder if there's any other character that has like a weird thing like that. So YFO in the comment section below, what do you guys think about Estelle? She's not on the screen. I hate talking about characters when they're not on the screen. So that is some interesting stuff. So one, we found, I feel like the misconception champion. She's actually Estos Republic. We assumed they're all wasted red. At least I did. I did not know that she was actually Estos Republic. So that means she actually fits into a completely different thing. Like, we have to look at her in the timeline, but in the FC line, in the signature force line of Janai. She actually works with Janai and all her other nonsense. So it's just really weird and awkward, you know, that she should be there with Janai, Shell, and I think that if you put her into that, then, you know, there's a lot of attack speed lowering things that are going on. There's ways to have silence with Jin. There are other things, but again, it's still weird because she's a healer and they already have a support in the slot. The support slot is usually taken up by Shell. So if you were to take out Shell, and put her instead, it's like there's really no reason, unless you're fighting a comp that doesn't have barriers and things like that, so you don't really need that whole thing. But even still, Shell with the hallucinogenics is still pretty strong. So you have Janai, Shell, and then you have Estelle, and then you have 2 extra slots that are left open. So what else do you run there? You can, well, you still have, you know, if I was to do that, I would be Rachel April. So you have like a 3-2 back, you know, 3 in the front, 2 in the back. And then you could do something like that. I think that would be pretty good because you're manipulating their speed. Your team is gaining more speed. April has an insane heal. April stays alive for a long periods of time and has the ability to heal. Estelle has a second life, so which kind of synergizes with April a little bit. So at least when she dies the first time, she'll come back and still April will have a pal. And then, you know, both of them will, and she actually takes some heat off of her a little bit because she does have the provoke that she can at minimum do twice in a row based on the way that her Angel's Tears, I think it's called. What is it? No, Angel's Tears is the other one, the healing arts, that she'll get the 5 mana back, so she'll be able to do that pretty much twice in a row. AoE heal plus a provoke, keeping the damage off of it. So she definitely needs more protection. Then I would say, like, you know, maybe if you don't want to do that, maybe add in Mahar a little bit. If you think you don't need April as the healer, you maybe add in like a Mahar, or you still go FC Tantalo and like some way to protect Estelle and keep her as your main healer. She has a solid 2 heals, you know, like definitely 2 AoE heals, 34% max HP scaling that gets even stronger heal the more mana she has. So I don't think that she's actually as bad. I think that she's still, even before me knowing that she's in Estos Republic, I think that she is the best character out of all of them. I think that she is the best of all 3 collab units on her kit alone. And now that I understand her kit even more, I definitely 100% think she's the best character of all 3 collab units, because the other ones are Yori got screwed because his whole revive mechanic doesn't synchronize. He has to stay alive, but he loses all his stacks of his spirit wolf and stuff like that, and you know, everything just kind of falls apart once he dies, even at least once. He can stay alive for a long period of time and then possibly get solo, but he has no way to heal himself unless you put Dorka in the squad, right? Flynn, he has a thing where he can prevent damage. It is cool, you know, he does have that cool aspect to him that he can pretty much sustain himself by healing a portion of the damage that he's taking, but to me didn't provide enough to take up a slot. I think Estelle actually could reasonably be in a slot in a Estos Republic thing. I think that they needed something that strong as well, just to fill up that third slot, because that's the thing. I feel like Jin, it wasn't that strong. Like, he's very strong, but you know, again, heavily invested into FC Jin. You can have him as a really good nuker, but I think that the whole world, the whole PvP world right now is revolving around sustaining yourself, and I think that Jin can't sustain and keep doing that. Meanwhile, you already have the ability to do crazy buttload of single target damage because of signature force. So I don't think that they needed something of that nature. I think that they needed something else that could help them sustain the fight. And I think that's what Estelle is, especially if that's what you want to do. You already had Deva, you already had FC Jin. If you wanted to do a more sustained fight, it's nice that they have some more support for that. Anywho, that's MFO, and now you know. And just remember to like, comment, subscribe, and remember that every day at the Kashino is your lucky day. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.